Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. angrily defending himself as frustrated senators from both parties demanded answers on whether he's trying to limit Americans' access to vaccines and firing top health officials who stand in his way. Just last week, Kennedy ousting CDC Chief Susan Menarez less than a month after swearing her in. Other top CDC officials resigning in protest.
These changes were absolutely necessary adjustments to restore the agency to its role as the world's gold standard public health agency.
Menarez writing in the Wall Street Journal that she was fired for refusing Kennedy's, quote, troubling directive that she rubber-stamped the as of yet unwritten recommendations of a vaccine advisory panel filled with people who have publicly expressed anti-vaccine rhetoric. Kennedy saying she's lying.
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee...
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes.
This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable. And in a month, she became a liar?
Kennedy, a longtime vaccine skeptic, repeatedly pressed on the COVID vaccine. The FDA now only approving it for seniors and adults and children with underlying conditions.
Do you accept that 1 million Americans died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine saved lives?
Two Republican senators, both doctors, who voted to confirm Kennedy, now sounding the alarm.
I've grown deeply concerned. The public has seen measles outbreaks, leadership in the National Institute of Health questioning the use of mRNA vaccines, the recently confirmed director of Centers for Disease Control and Prevention fired. Americans don't know who to rely on.
Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana going even further, saying the FDA is now effectively denying Americans vaccines. The senator reading a letter he received from a doctor.
We're all confused and concerned about who's with the COVID vaccine. Pharmacists are requiring a prescription now even for patients over 65, creating a huge headache.
Americans we spoke with say they're at a loss.
I'm totally confused what I'm allowed to have and what I'm not allowed to have in terms of the injections. I have no idea.
We do know that when we do not vaccinate, there is harm. And it's common sense. It's medical science.
In total, 3 Republican senators inside that hearing questioning whether Robert F. Kennedy Jr. should oversee public health policy in this country. But all 3 of those same senators just months ago voted to confirm him.